Insects, the eternal empire beneath the sky. Ant marched in endless columns across the forest floor, each ant carrying burdens 10 times heavier than the ant's body, yet ant never faltered. Ant followed invisible chemical trails, a living road carved by instinct. As if the earth itself whispered guidance only ant could hear. Ant proved discipline was strength. Bee rose with dawn, buzzing wings vibrating like the hum of the universe. Bee dipped into flowers, brushing golden pollen across petals, stitching meadows together with unseen threads of fertility. Bee returned to the hive, where thousands of bee voices united in a single living song of survival. Butterfly emerged from the cocoon, wings unfurling like pages of a sacred book. Butterfly floated above fields, wings splashed with colors brighter than jewels hidden in stone. Butterfly reminded the world that transformation was not weakness but the birth of true glory. Beetle crawled over bark, armor gleaming like hammered bronze. Beetle dug, fed, rolled, and recycled, turning waste into life, wrought into nourishment. Beetle, whether small or giant, armored or winged, became one of the most enduring engineers of the earth. Dragonfly darted above rivers, eyes wide, wings shimmering like crystal blades. Dragonfly hovered in still air. Then dove in blur-fast strikes, seizing mosquito prey with perfect timing. Dragonfly painted rivers with motion sharper than swords. Grasshopper leapt skyward, legs snapping with coiled power. Grasshopper filled meadows with chirps, songs vibrating in warm twilight. Grasshopper was music, rhythm, survival, and celebration of open fields. Spider built kingdoms of silk, threads stronger than steel yet invisible to all but the patient. Spider stretched webs between branches, capturing dew like diamonds, waiting for prey with silence so deep it became a weapon. Spider mastered patience and precision. Moth rose in the night, wings soft as whispers. Moth followed starlight and flame alike, mystery driving moth through darkness. Moth showed the world that even fragile forms carried destinies unseen. Termite worked unseen, jaws grinding endlessly at wood. Termite built mounds taller than trees in insect measure, with tunnels complex as palaces. Termite proved that countless small lives, when united, rivaled mountains. Wasp cut through the air like a blade, wings buzzing with fury. Wasp attacked with stings that burned like fire, defending nests with vengeance. Wasp lived as soldier and hunter, daring all to challenge. Firefly glowed against summer skies, lanterns blinking like falling stars. Firefly filled meadows with constellations on earth, silent magic painted in living light. Firefly taught that even the smallest bodies carried the brilliance of suns. Praying Mantis stood like a statue, forelegs folded as though in prayer. Praying Mantis swayed in breezes, vanishing among leaves until prey came close. Praying Mantis struck with speed unseen, a blade hidden within beauty. Locust rose in countless numbers, wings roaring like storms. Locust swarmed across plains, darkening the skies, devouring green worlds in waves. Locust showed how insects became armies greater than nations. Cicada awoke from the ground after years of silence, bursting into song that rattled forests. Cicada filled summers with cries eternal, a chorus so loud the air itself trembled. Cicada embodied patience rewarded with sound. Hornet blazed through skies, body larger and deadlier than wasp. Hornet raided hives, tearing through bees with merciless strength. Hornet carried the crown of fear among insects. Flea leapt unseen through fur, body tiny yet relentless. Flea drew life with every bite, thriving where others fell. Flea proved that even the smallest predator could command giants. Mosquito whispered warnings in the dark, wings whining like curses. Mosquito pierced flesh with needle mouth, drawing blood drop by drop. Mosquito lived as the unseen shadow of every night. Cockroach darted through stone, undying, unbreakable. Cockroach endured fire, flood, famine, poison, and still returned. Cockroach became the eternal witness of survival, champion of resilience. Ladybug crept among green leaves, wings spotted with red. Ladybug feasted upon aphids, defending gardens without mercy. Ladybug wrapped destruction within beauty. Antlion dug traps in sand, creating pits like miniature abysses. Antlion waited with stillness deeper than stone, striking with jaws sharp as blades. Antlion turned desert into battlefield. Cricket rubbed wings, filling night with music. Cricket's chirp echoed like heartbeat of summer, endless and steady. Cricket spoke language of rhythm and persistence. Earwig crept through shadows, pincers gleaming behind. Earwig defended eggs with courage beyond size, striking with weapons curved like hooks. Earwig proved guardianship lived in smallest forms. Stick insect swayed among branches, body long and slender as twigs. Stick insect vanished before predator's eyes, survival hidden in plain sight. Stick insect showed invisibility was a crown of its own. Leaf insect mirrored foliage with perfect mimicry. Leaf insect walked as living green, wings veined like leaves, legs curved like stems. Leaf insect deceived predators with artistry unmatched. Atlas moth rose heavy into night, wings wider than a crow. Atlas moth bore patterns like serpent heads, deterring predators with illusion. Atlas moth became night's living banner. Fire ant stormed across lands, jaws biting, stingers burning. Fire ant swarmed in rivers of red, unstoppable in unity. Fire ant showed that fury multiplied created power absolute. Goliath beetle trudged like a tank, larger than most birds. Goliath beetle gleamed metallic, strength unmatched among beetles. Goliath beetle embodied size as power. Stag beetle clashed with rivals, jaws locked like antlers. Stag beetle wrestled until one fell, battles echoing through forests. Stag beetle carried honor in combat. Weevil gnawed silently into crops, mouthparts boring seeds. Weevil thrived in shadows of growth, small yet destructive. Weevil survived through persistence, not strength. Atlas beetle wore horns like crowns, body massive, strength titanic. Atlas beetle fought tirelessly for dominance, lifting foes many times heavier. Atlas beetle proved insects rivaled giants. Silkworm spun threads of moonlight, cocoons shimmering soft as mist. Silkworm transformed within prisons of silk, awaiting wings. Silkworm carried creation in every thread. Scarab beetle rolled dung beneath blazing suns, spheres shining like treasures. Scarab beetle became a symbol of eternity, a recycler turned divine. Scarab beetle carried survival in strength unseen. Army ant surged in floods of jaws, endless rivers of hunger. Army ant consumed forests, leaving silence where life once grew. Army ant lived as proof that unity became unstoppable destruction. Velvet ant. Though a wingless wasp, crawled with fur red as fire. Velvet ant stung with pain so legendary it became myth. Velvet ant embodied beauty and agony in one. Bumblebee droned through cool air, larger and furrier than bee. Bumblebee pollinated where cold silenced others, thriving in hardship. Bumblebee represented endurance through chill. Bullet ant climbed rainforest trees, sting burning with pain called the most intense on earth. Bullet ant ruled as symbol of agony and strength. Bullet ant reminded all of endurance forged in suffering. Mayfly rose from rivers, wings delicate, life brief. Mayfly danced in swarms like spirits, filling dusk with silver. Mayfly lived as a reminder that beauty existed even in short existence. Stonefly crawled along rivers, wings folded close. Stonefly laid eggs in clean waters, guardians of purity. Stonefly represented balance between insect and stream. Glowworm lit caverns with green-blue radiance. Glowworm dangled threads from ceilings, luring prey with false stars. Glowworm turned caves into skies of light. Beewolf stalked hives, hunting bees with merciless jaws. Bee wolf dragged prey into burrows, feeding young with rivals. Bee wolf ruled as predator among pollinators. Dung beetle rolled with endless wool, shaping waste into wealth. Dung beetle cleared lands while feeding family. Dung beetle became symbol of persistence. Caddisfly larvae collected pebbles and twigs, weaving armor of debris. Caddisfly larvae lived inside self-made castles, safe yet hidden. Caddisfly larvae displayed creativity as survival. Water strider danced across ponds, legs long, body light. Water strider skimmed surface tension as if walking on glass. Water strider turned water into highway. Whirligig beetle spun on water's surface, circles dizzy and bright. Whirligig beetle saw above and below at once, living in two worlds. Whirligig beetle thrived in chaos. Backswimmer paddled beneath ponds, upside down, hunting with speed. Backswimmer carried air bubble for breathing, survival in clever design. Backswimmer represented adaptation beneath water. Mosquito swarm rose in clouds, endless, humming menace. Mosquito swarm drained giants drop by drop, shaping fear across kingdoms. Mosquito swarm embodied fragility turned into dominance. Cockroach colony thrived in darkness, countless and unyielding. Cockroach colony spread through cracks, eating all, enduring all. Cockroach colony proved immortality lived in persistence. Insects together formed the eternal empire, filling soil, sky, and stream. Insects carried worlds upon wings, jaws, stingers, and songs. Insects defined survival, balance, destruction, and beauty. Insects remain rulers unseen, kings and queens of the hidden kingdom.